Hey everybody, Awde from SurviveOnline.biz. Today we're going to cover some free business coaching and training for you. I got a few things I want to cover with you today. It's very important for small business owners and operators. You know, business is tough these days, so you're going to want to learn a little bit to help yourself grow and some explosive growth. Learn how to treat your customers crazy good. So stay tuned, come on back. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Rome from SurviveOnline.biz. So if you want to get a hold of me, Rome at SurviveOnline.biz. We're going to do a little training here today. This is some free coaching for you. Small business, that's what we do. I'm a small business coach, and we help, I was just looking at some of the recent stats on, some of the alarming stats actually on small business. And where small businesses is at today, 95% of small business don't get past the 10-year mark. It's getting close to 85% don't get past the 5-year mark. And last number I saw was 75% don't make it past 3 years. So that's it's kind of shocking. So every year there's millions of businesses around the world for sale, and last number I heard was 1 in 14 actually gets sold. So most small business needs a little bit of help, a little bit of a push, and a little bit of a motivation or some ideas to help them grow and explode their growth. We're going to talk a little bit about some of those things that I can help with here today and touch on. And if you want to know more, just get a hold of me, Rome at SurviveOnline.biz, and we can have a little fit chat to find out if I'm a fit for you and you're a fit for me, and do a little business coaching. So today I'm going to get started on a few things that we'll probably do 2 or 3 things in this particular video that are extremely rudimentary, very, very basic for all businesses, but unfortunately in many cases are left unattended. And so we're going to get into that right now. So basically the first real most important, I think, out of all of the things we're going to talk about over the next few weeks, the most important thing that I want to get across to you right now is you need your customer information. So we're going to talk about a CRM here today. So customer relationship. Don't worry about my spelling and messy writing. Management software. Okay, this is software. Okay, most businesses generally don't get into doing too much of this. If you've got a sales organization where you're selling business to business and you don't have some sort of CRM package, you're kind of doing yourself a little bit of an injustice, because it's the easiest way to accumulate customer info and track activity. Okay, I don't want to get into too much of this stuff. We'll get into that here in a few minutes. But if you're into sales and you have that kind of thing, you really could use it and you really need it. But we're going to talk about kind of just everyday small business. That could be a coffee shop, restaurant, a car dealership, a car repair store or shop, any small little business. 2 employees or up, or 2 people that are involved in the actual operations or sales of the business. So what a CRM does is it gathers customer information. Okay, so this is super important. And not just the basic stuff, the name and address and phone and email. Always get email. But you have the capability now with some CRM packages to track sales, trends of your customer sales. You can track leads, conversions, and a whole host of other elements of the sale process, or from lead generation right to customer. This is done through marketing, creating a lead. This is done through sales, making a customer out of your lead. So the whole process can be followed along and tracked with a CRM package. Now, it's super, super important that you have all of your customer info, everything you can get. Now, this kind of data is pretty standard, everyday stuff, but I'm going to encourage you to go one step further. I like to really talk a lot about how you're going to treat your customer crazy good. This is kind of my term, crazy good. How you're going to create sales and how you're going to grow your business and explode the growth of your business without spending no new marketing spend and no new customers is to treat them crazy good. Okay? You already have a customer base. We're going to work on that. Okay? So basically, this is how you're going to do it. You are going to get yourself a CRM package. We'll discuss that in a moment. You're going to get as much customer information as you possibly can get. At the very, 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 very minimum, get birthdays. Not just the customer's birthday, but a spouse's birthday, children's birthday, anniversary. If they're not married, they have a significant other, or there's some way they've got a special anniversary date. Find out their hobbies. What is it they like to do outside of their work? I kind of call all this, what is their favorite color? Sorry about the writing, but hey, you get the idea. So what is their favorite color? If you can get down to this particular level of information on your customer, you're able to do a lot of really good things to treat them crazy good and keep them as a great customer. So a CRM, this is a customer relationship software package. This will help you gather all this stuff. Now, you don't have to spend a lot of money on this. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of different kinds of free CRM packages out there. We're going to talk about a couple of them here. I'll talk about a couple of free, and I'll talk about a couple of paid. Now, most of the CRM packages that are available to you on the cloud today are free to a certain level. So you might be able to get 2 users and a couple, maybe 1,000 records for free, okay? You're going to get past that pretty quickly. So I'm not going to call that a free CRM because that's just, that's just to get you to use the system. And then eventually you're going to start charging you per user every month and so on and so forth. So some of the best free. HubSpot, I think, is going to be one of your better free. It integrates with Gmail and or Outlook. So that's always good for everybody. So HubSpot, look into that one. It's a really good little package. It just basically is kind of loads into your computer. It's cloud-based. It's always free. You're gonna like that one. It does a pretty good job. So another area that you can go is, let's say for instance you have there's a lot we can talk about here, but if you have a WordPress website, there's also WordPress leads that integrates with your website, and that is a CRM package that you can integrate with a WordPress website. This is really cool. If you've got an online or e-commerce site that's through WordPress, you can kind of integrate everything in there. There is, you have to excuse me for a second. I want to spell it right. InStream is another one that you can actually get. InStream. And another one that you're going to like, and I kind of found it here not that long ago, and it is a really good little system. I hope it's on this. There it is there. Make sure I spell it right. Bitrix, so Bitrix 24, Bitrix 24. Google that, find it. Look over their deal. Very cool little CRM package that they don't charge for. Well, they will eventually if you get up to a level, but they give you a lot for free. So if you got a small business, you may not have to even get past the free mark in Bitrix 24. So any one of these, HubSpot, Bitrix24, if you got a WordPress website. Another thing you can do to save yourself a lot of time and grief and money, there's two elements that you can do if you're a small business and you don't have a heck of a lot of huge customer base or you don't have a lot of employees. You can just basically use Gmail contacts as kind of a mini CRM. So, you know, if you have a Gmail account, which I highly recommend because you really should be completely Googleized, but if you have want any online presence at all. So Gmail contacts, you can kind of really utilize this as a customer CRM package if you just get a little creative about how you're working with it. And Google gives you a lot to work with. And if we work together, we can talk about some of these things and how to go about working these packages and making them work. Another thing you can actually do is you can find some templates for a Google Sheets CRM. I mean, this is as basic and rudimentary as it gets. This is using Google Sheets, which is like Excel, and it has there's templates out there available for you to create a CRM package just off basic free Google Sheets. So, I mean, that's about as free as it can get. All these work. Now, that's free. Paid, the big player on the block, of course, is Salesforce. It's kind of they basically started this whole thing with the CRM online. I didn't really... Salesforce, there's... I gotta make sure I don't want to spell these incorrectly. Some of them start free and then they kind of move into Zoho CRM. They give you a little bit of free before it moves into a monthly cost, and Zermo. So these are really good CRM packages that you can start out with free, but you're eventually going to end up paying as you grow. They all give you kind of a sampling of what you can do, maybe 2 users and 1,000 contacts, or, you know, whatever they are allowing for the free portion. And then from there you get into a monthly cost, which, hey, don't get me wrong, it can be very much worth it. These are extremely good packages. They work very, very well. And at some point in your business, it would not hurt to have to pay a monthly CRM fee. If you can get away with doing it for free with HubSpot or Bitrix24, or want to go through Gmail contacts or even do a Google Sheet, you can do that as well. InStream's good too. But these can do it for you. But if you want to get into a more sophisticated, more well-rounded, many of these have mobile apps that you can work with to really make your data all kind of encompass and good and come together. The reason we're doing all this is to capture customer information so you can communicate on a very high level. Very, very, very high level. You want to be able to communicate with your customer. You want to capture as much data from them as possible so you can communicate with them on a very high level about your business, what you do, what you want to provide. You want to get as much personal information from them, all their, you know, what's their favorite color, and all that kind of personal information so you can communicate on them on a very, very high level. And the more you do that, the more you're going to treat them crazy good, and the better off it's going to be for your business. Tracking your data. Tracking data leads to explosive growth. And I'll show you why in another little video here. Well, actually, we'll probably go on to number 2 here because I think we're going to take some time to do this. So tracking your data can help you explode your growth in your business, and I'll show you here in a minute. That's CRM, so we're going to leave that up there. I'm going to move on to our next stage here of what's super important about getting some information and what you do with that information, and how to think and grow your business very, very quickly. So here, this is all thinking. This isn't going to physically go out and change anything. We're going to just do some thinking. Lifetime. Okay, let's not forget something in there. customer value. Okay. This is the most important number in your business. I know you kind of think that your accountants want you to think of profit as the most important. Well, let your accountants worry about that. That's not the number you want to be thinking about every day. Lifetime customer value is the number you need to think about every single day, and it's the number you need to have your staff, your salespeople, your front counter staff, anybody that's involved in your business. This is the number they need to know. All right, we'll do the numbers. Here it is. Okay, so let's say you have customers coming in, they spend $100 every time they come into your establishment or your store or whatever you do. Let's say they come in 2 times a month, which is 24 times a year. Okay, so that all adds up to $2,400 per year. Is the revenue that that customer is spending in your business. Now, lifetime customer value comes from basically, as you can pretty much guess now, your customer is going to visit you often over a number of years. So, 3 years is a good number. 5 years might be stretching it, but I was saying that my chiropractor has been over 20 years, my doctor well over 20 years. I've got a number of businesses that I've catered to or been to, restaurants and so on for many years. So not unusual, but I kind of tell people just go like 4 years, okay? 4 years. So 4 years total, $9,600. LCV. This is an important number. You can create a number you want, but don't get too crazy. Don't get too, you can get this number with your customers' data or stuff that you've pulled together through your POS system. If you have a POS system, you can get this data. If your POS system is attached to your CRM, then you got really good data. We call it big data. And then you can get this number. You can actually get the number, an actual number, or you can perceive this number by having a pretty good idea how often your customers come in, how many times a year, and what your average sale is on your till. So that number can be perceived, but don't get too carried away. Make it realistic. Make it something that is understandable for everybody in the business, and it's not too crazy. Okay, so this is a really cool number, almost $10,000. So how are you going to treat your customer when a potential customer walks in the door, and you have that potential that customer is worth almost $10,000 to you? How are you going to treat them? You're going to treat them good, crazy good, as I call it. 90% of business today treat them ordinary. And here's why. They focus on this number here, the first sale. Got the $100, thank you very much. Thanks for coming today. I hope you enjoyed yourself, or I hope you got what you needed. Come on back and see us sometime. That's ordinary. The extraordinary, who treat them crazy good, understand this number here. For every potential customer that walks in your door is worth almost $10,000 to you in your business. How are you going to treat that guy? How are you going to treat that woman? How are you going to treat that person that's walked into your business, potential customer, hasn't bought anything from you yet, but you know potentially they're worth $10,000 to you in sales over the lifetime of the value of this customer? I mean, if you're not doing this, then you shouldn't be in business. I'm sorry, I have to be kind of blunt about it, but this is how you should be treating this person, because this number is so important to understand that it's not about the sale. It's not about the first time they come in the door. It's not about the fact that they're coming there and spending $2,400 a year, and you're like, oh, yeah, there they are again today. Oh, geez, it looks like Bob's in today again. No, okay? Crazy good, because 90% of your competitors are treating them ordinary. All they're doing is looking at this first sale. And then they're trying really hard to get that first sale and bump them up and work them over and get as much money from them the first time they walk in the door, when not really understanding that that's the real number for that customer. And you need to treat that customer like a real close, good friend through some of the information you've got on your CRM to look after that number and to grow that number. Get them in more times. So I was telling earlier, I was going to say we're going to grow your business 10 to 30% with no new customer and no new marketing spend. Okay? 10 to 30%. Here's how. If you know this number and you know what these people are spending every time they walk in the door, upsize or upsell or supersize, value add. Value add could be, give them some tricks or training or teach them something. You're the expert in your business or in your market. Give them some of that expert knowledge. Costs you nothing. Upsize, supersize, value add. Another big one is package. Package a few elements of what they buy from you together as a special package. So what this is doing now is you're going to take that sale from $100, you're going to bump it up a little bit to $110 to $130 per visit. That's where you're getting that explosive growth with no new customers, no new marketing spend. Bump them up a little bit. Okay, this is easy. 110. This is more of a challenge. You may not get it every time, but you will get it sometimes if you work at it and you do this. Package, value add, upsize or supersize at the sale. That's easy to do at this one. How you're going to do this is by treating them crazy good. Okay? People will spend more money at your place of business if you're treating them crazy good and you're doing really good stuff. Crazy good with the CRM, the birthday cards, all that kind of thing. Anything you can think of, understanding what their hobbies are, and you're contacting them when you hear about something that might pertain to their hobby. Just a little bit of attention to detail to your customer. This is how you do it. Explode growth in your business with no new customers and no new marketing spend by just doing a little bit of work to raise up your average sale so you understand what the potential customer coming into your door is, the lifetime customer value, how important this number is. Everyone in the business should know this number, okay? Everybody from your counter clerk or counter staff to your executive or your management, everybody should know the lifetime customer value of every customer that walks in your door. All this, if you know all this, will look after your profit. Don't worry about that number. All this will look after that for you. Take care of your customers, treat them crazy good, because 90% of your competitors are being very ordinary. No new money, no new customers, just upsize them, package or value add to bump up your average sale slightly by $10 or $30 on the $100, because you know what this customer means to you and you're going to treat them really good and they're going to pay for it. Lifetime customer value. It's pretty basic, it's easy stuff. You need to know more, you want to get into it deeper, rome@SurviveOnline.biz. You can get a hold of me. Super important number. Okay? I got another one I'm going to do for you. I'll come back to you here in just a second. Capturing your customer data through a CRM, and if you have a POS system, see if you can integrate the two. Sometimes it's possible. Your POS system might be complete enough that that you can get a CRM add-on package or a plug-in, but be careful because they can be quite expensive, and you may not want to go down that road for simplicity because it's so costly. Go back to the CRM video and find out where you can get it done for free. Lifetime customer value, most important number in the business. That is what you need to know to treat your customers crazy good. Okay. What I'm going to cover here now is something that's been ingrained in small business owners and people that want to open a small business, people that run businesses. This is something that's been ingrained in them forever and ever. Brainwashed, and it's really it's pretty simple, but not well thought out. Please stop spray and pray marketing. It is done every day, endlessly, with huge money spent and thrown right out the door. Okay? Stop doing it, please. So what's spray and pray marketing? Okay, this is you and someone telling you you need to have, this is all brought to you by advertising firms. Sorry, they're going to be mad at me, but they like their money, but they don't have too much concern on your return on investment. Advertising firms love to make ads that can win awards. I don't see how that's going to make you a return on your investment, but it's very common. So what they end up talking to you in is going through the traditional modalities. So TV, radio, news, print. That could be magazine too. Anything that's in print. This is traditional, okay? Those are traditional modalities of marketing, and they are very, very much widely used to spray and pray. You can get very focused on these traditional modalities. We'll talk about that in a minute, but widely used to spray and pray because these organizations want you to work on your branding. Well, I'll tell you something. You're a small business. You're not Coca-Cola. You're not Red Bull. You're not Nike. Your branding really is irrelevant. You know, I got to be honest with you, with a small business that's taken the time and effort to create a logo and getting it out there and trying to forward their branding, I hate to say it, but that's more ego-driven than business-driven. Because branding doesn't create foot traffic. Okay? Sorry, it doesn't. I don't care what anybody says. I'll stand firm on that. Branding does not create foot traffic. There's lots of consultants and lots of coaches out there who say, oh, get your brand and you know what? This is a lot of time, effort, and waste of money because it doesn't necessarily create foot traffic, which doesn't necessarily put any money into your bank account, okay? When you're doing the marketing we're going to talk about, your branding will already automatically start going up. Don't focus on that. Okay, so this is the traditional modalities. Now, new school is online. You know, that's where I specialize a little bit. So online, you know, that can be Facebook ads, Google ads. Twitter's doing it nowadays, so is Instagram. And I'd rather not touch on email, but I'll put it down here because email is a little bit of a different breed of cat. But these are the new modalities, online marketing, stuff I do a lot of. The big player right now is Facebook ads. Everybody's crazy about Facebook ads. You know, I have clients that want to spend money on Facebook ads. They're not sure why, but they do. And that's kind of the big player right now, Facebook ads. Lots of big things going on there. Okay, this is new school, traditional old school. Now, when you want to go way back to old school, we had direct marketing. This is how it used to be done because there wasn't all this available at some point in time. You know, from the turn of the century to the 70s, it was really just newspaper and some magazines. And to be honest with you, a lot of them were comics. I know it's crazy, but that was a lot of the stuff that was going on back in those days. But mostly newspaper ads. Now, the newspaper ads, and this is something you pay attention to, the newspaper ads of the day, back in the day, used to have an order form. Same with these magazine ads. An order form attached, a little box, and okay? As time went on and we got a little bit more sophisticated, we got into 800 numbers, okay? Now, as time's gone on, even now into the 90s, 2000s, and 2001s, we've moved into websites for direct marketing. Excuse me. Websites for direct marketing. And all this was done, okay, and I mean, they made crazy big money on this. I mean, huge fortunes were made with this direct marketing back in the day. Huge fortunes. All this was done for analytics. Okay, I'm not spelling that right, but that's okay. You understand it? Analytics, because they could test and track via the order form or the 800 number or a special website page. So that's a special login page or what we call a funnel or a landing page. Okay, that's the new way. Now, you can test and track. So that means you got to test copy at all times, testing different copy to find one that works. And then they scaled that up. And back in the day, they used to call that a control. If you had the right copy, that you had the control on some of this stuff, you could make a fortune. Now, let's go a little bit down the direct marketing thing, and we'll go direct mail. And a lot of you are still doing this, okay, because you've been taught that you think this is a good way to market. Now, direct mail was huge from the 70s to the 2000s. And then we got sick of junk mail. That's where the term came from, junk mail, because of all this direct mail, it was ending up in your mailbox. And the reason direct mail has kind of gone by the wayside, and it's had a little bit of a new renaissance, a new resurrection a little bit. And the reason for that is because we went away from it so much that now it's kind of come back new again. But the problem with direct mail is it's expensive, okay? Print costs. Now, print costs are down because print on demand and a number of services now can get your piece costs really low, but mail costs have gone up. They've skyrocketed. So the mail costs have offset the piece costs, so this is still a very expensive way of marketing. Now, some of you, or many of you, might have done some of this, and you've got to that, I tried that, and it didn't work. This happens a lot. I tried that, and it didn't work. This is the number one. This is what I hear all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. And that's because they may have tried it once or maybe twice, but they rarely ever tried it 3 times because they spent a lot of money doing some of this stuff. All of this is spray and pray marketing, okay? Understand that. This is all spray and pray marketing. You've been trained and brainwashed and even went to school maybe to tell you that this is how this all works. This is how you market your business. No, 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 no. Okay, that's so old school. It doesn't work. It does work, but it doesn't work. All of this can work at growing your business and getting you new foot traffic. Okay, all of it can. It's all extremely expensive. Radio ads, TV production. TV airtime's not so bad, but production's really expensive. Newspaper ads. When was the last time you tried to put a newspaper ad in? Very, very expensive. They want you to have recency and often so you can grow your brand. Okay? This can get expensive as well. You can spend a lot of money on Google ads, you know, pay-per-click or pay-per-view. That's paying per 1,000 views. That can get very, very expensive if you don't know what you're doing. And the same with Facebook ads or any of these online social media ads. YouTube falls in there as well. We'll talk about that one other day because it's very important. So all of these can be extremely expensive because you're spray and pray. Now I touched on here how you can make some of this work for you, but this is how this has got to work. You have to get focused on one modality. You're a small business. You only got a little bit of money to spend on marketing. I'm hoping that you're doing this. Maybe. We'll see. Some do, some don't. But if you have a little bit of money to spend on your marketing, you're spray and pray. Oh, I should add another one in here that's a real doozy. Yellow Pages. Oh my Lord. It's 2017. Irrelevant. No one uses Yellow Pages anymore. Don't spend any money on this. Don't let Yellow Pages talk you into going into their Yellow Page system so you can get on their website. I mean, it's only just another directory. You get yourself on Google, and you don't need to be on Yellow Pages. Stay away. Huge money wasted. Okay? Some of you might say, well, actually, I have had good luck with my Yellow Pages ad. Well, okay, all the power to you, but if you looked at the actual return on your investment, I guarantee you it's not as good as you think it is. Okay, now you might get mad at me for saying that, but it's the truth. You've been sold your Yellow Pages ad, and there's a lot of things, some of this direct marketing stuff, coupon books, and all sorts of different kinds of marketing pieces that maybe you've gotten involved in. I tried that, and it didn't work. Spray and pray marketing. Spray and pray. Stop doing it. Here's what you got to do. Now that I've beat you all up, here's what you want to work on. You've got a little bit of money to market your business, to create some foot traffic, to drive business into your door. If you looked after your lifetime customer value and tracked your current customer base, you may not need to do any of this. You may not need to do any marketing and spend this money to do any of this stuff because you're treating your customers crazy good and they're growing your business for you by bringing in people and talking about your business and growing your brand just by word of mouth. Okay? You may not need to do any of this. You may be so small now at this point in time that you may not be making a lot of money because you need more foot traffic into your business. So now you're spending a bunch of your money to spray and pray marketing. Stop doing that, okay? Here's what you got to do. Pick a modality. Now, Facebook ads is very popular right now. I recommend it if you do it correctly. Or just kind of work a little bit online in a number of things, okay? So when I say online, I'm talking about free online. Okay, so Googleize yourself. And that's another conversation we can have if you want to talk to me about that. You can go straight into Facebook ads, Google ads. This can be very expensive though, so you got to be very careful on Google ads. You can do some YouTube marketing, or you can use some other social medias, or you can focus entirely on just doing email marketing. This is another subject again. Or you can go back to the traditional route because this is what you know or think you know, and you can continue doing newspaper ads, or you can do your radio or your TV ads. If you're that big and you can do it and you can afford it. This stuff's expensive, but do one thing. So pick one thing, okay? One modality, not all of them. Don't spray and pray. Don't be doing newspaper inserts and then direct mail and an Yellow Pages ad and then farting around with online stuff and then put a radio ad 1 month because you think that's what you got to do. That's spray and pray marketing. Stop doing that. Pick one modality. Put together an ad with great copy. Learn. If you can't learn to do good copy, find someone that will do good copy for you. And then you test, track through analytics, find one that works, and then scale it by putting all the money into the one test that worked. You could be doing 1, 2, 3, 4 split tests of these ads, finding which one works for you, and then as soon as you find one that hits, which means you've gotten a great return on investment, you had good leads, quality leads, the leads came in and they were good for you, then you scale that particular ad up and throw the money at that. pick one. This is not spray and pray. This is analytical. This is testing, tracking, see what works, and then scaling it up after that. Focus, 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 focus on one modality. If you want to do two and you want to go, say, one new school, one traditional, you can do the same thing or whatever one you want to do, but you have to continually put different test copy into your ads and see what works, and then scale that particular ad up. And this is all done through split testing. This can be quite expensive and expensive in your time. This takes time, takes work. It's a bit arduous, but it's expensive. But I'll tell you something, this is the only way you're going to make a good rate of return to get foot traffic into your business from the amount of money that you have in your business to spend on marketing. If you do spray and pray, I tried that and it didn't work, this is going to be your end result all the time. Constantly test, track. Now, if you're doing it online, your Facebook ads are going to send you to a landing page that's going to get you to the business. Or you can do ads that basically try to get them in the door because you've got an offer or something like that. Now, with all this advertising and all this stuff you're doing, the number one key to all this is you have to give them an offer they can't refuse. Okay? Big time offer. Offer they can't refuse. Work that into your ad. Do split testing. Test all the copy. Track which one's working. As soon as you find a home run, you scale it up, you spend your money on that, and you run it. Okay? Do one, maybe one traditional, one online if you have the budget to do it. I don't care if you use radio or newsprint. TV's a bit pricey, but you can do that. Or you can go and do direct piece, mail piece, do one of those, and then do an online one if you want to do that. But focus on one modality, test, track, find what works, scale that up, and run with that. Don't spray and pray. Don't be throwing your money all over the place, doing it once or twice and say, I tried that and it didn't work. You will pull your hair out, like mine, and you will spend all that marketing and get no return on investment and no foot traffic. So this is super important. Spray and pray marketing doesn't work, and it's very costly, and you want to focus on one area, one modality, track, test, track and test, track and test. Just keep doing it, okay? And this is expensive, but you got to remember, every time you run an ad and you test and track and test, you're still getting something out of it, okay? You're getting something out of it. It means somebody saw it, maybe not, it doesn't matter, whatever. It just wasn't a home run. You might have got a base, might have got 2 bases, might have got even 3. But as soon as you hit that home run with the right copy, the right ad, and you test it and get to that point, as soon as you hit that home run, scale that ad, run with it, put the money into that ad, and it will come back as a return for you. But you've got to test, and you got to focus on one area to work that test. 2 at the very max, because the reason I'm saying you can't do this and everything is because you can't track it all properly. Well, you can, but it's going to be extremely difficult to do. You're going to need a whole team of marketing people in your business to track this stuff. You know, you almost need one person to work on one area alone. And that's very, very expensive. And if you think you're, as a small business owner, you're going to do this yourself while you're working in your business, you'll never get it done. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of it. You'll never get it done. Focus on one spot in these modalities, whichever one you want to focus on, and then just continually work the copy. Every one of these ads have to be test, split test ads. You have to test ads one after another. Give them a little time. You know, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's a month, whatever works for you to want to try to continually grow foot traffic into your business to make some money. You got to get a return on this investment. You might want to work the split tests. Even like, say for instance, you could do it weekly. Try a different ad weekly until you find something that's really hit. And you're going to know that by how you're tracking these ads, whether it's a phone number or a landing page or a phone, you know, like a phone call, you know, if they call you. You're going to find you got to do something. There's got to be a call to action in every single ad. Whatever that call to action is, you got to tell people what you want them to do. And I mean, you got to make it simple. And but every single ad has to have a call to action. You have to have a call to action. You got to tell your customer what you want them to do. Call you, go to this website, call this 800 number. You don't do mail-in order forms anymore. Nobody does that, so you'd be killing yourself doing that. So just make sure that you tell your customers, and I mean, just don't put a website address there or a phone number there. You have to tell them, call here, go here. You have to tell them what to do on the ads, call to action. And once you find one that's actually starting to get some real traction on the page or the phone number, or you're getting phone calls or whatever it is, you're getting some that's getting some traction, then you can start scaling that up a little bit and you'll get a return on your investment. Pretty basic, pretty important. That's going to give you lots more to go on. Data from your CRM. Lifetime customer value number, super, super important. Please don't do any spray and pray marketing. Stop doing that, okay? If you did it for a while and you threw a lot of money away and I tried that and it didn't work, okay, I get it. Go back, look at your marketing, focus on one area, one modality, test, 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 grow it up, scale it, throw the money at it then, okay? Rome, SurviveOnline.biz. If you want to work together, get a hold of me. We'll do a little bit of fit chat, see if I fit with you, you fit with me, and I can do some coaching for you. We can get in way more in depth on a lot of this stuff. I focus a lot on online. I did mention quickly about YouTube. Video is all the rage nowadays. You need to do video marketing. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an offer here today. Video marketing, have to be done. I mean, if that's just one area that you want to work on, it's probably the most important right now. Maybe you don't do anything else. You just do video marketing. And it's not hard to do. So go to my website, SurviveOnline.biz, and download. I'll have a link there for you. Download my book, Get Viral. And Get Viral, video marketing, everything you ever wanted to know about video marketing but didn't know to ask. And you can read this, learn a lot about video marketing, because right now, if you're online, this is all the rage. Video it's where it's at. This is what it's doing. This is what I'm doing with you here today. I'm doing video. So this is probably the easiest, cheapest, best, almost free way of growing your business right now online without a whole lot of work. Again, you test, but it doesn't cost you anything to do the testing. So it's fantastic. So if you want to get a hold of the book, go to my website, SurviveOnline.biz. There should be a link on there to download a free e-copy of this. If you actually want the physical book, you can go to Amazon. It's on Amazon. Look for Get Viral, video marketing. And you can learn a lot about video marketing in that. And if you want to go further with me, just get a hold of me at Rome at SurviveOnline.biz. Okay, thanks. Thanks for joining me today.